has Vijay Mallya's extradition been delayed? Now, the fugitive businessman has already exhausted all appeals against his extradition from the United Kingdom. But the British High Commission, in a statement to NDTV's Mir Rafe, says there's a further legal issue that needs to be resolved before Mr. Mallya can be extradited. The British High Commission, however, has refused to get into any further details, saying that it is a sensitive matter. Arvind joining us to make more sense of this. Arvind, what would this seem to suggest? What is this further legal issue that seems to be delaying Vijay Mallya's extradition to India right now, given that he has already exhausted his legal options, at least as far as appeals against his extradition are concerned?
Yeah, Ankita, if you could check the UK's Extradition Act, UK's Extradition Act is very clear that regarding the extradition, only the courts can take a decision. It can be implemented through the Home Secretary Office. So that is the UK's procedure. But what is a bit interesting in this UK's procedure, the UK's Extradition Act, is that even after court take a decision, even after courts make a decision, final decision saying that this person has to be extradited based on an extradition request from a country, even after that, if that particular person during that particular time, even the day before he is to be extradited, if that particular person makes an asylum claim with the UK's Home Secretary Office, then that particular person cannot be done. That particular individual cannot be extradited to the country based on to any other country based on that particular country's request. If you could check the UK's Extradition Act 2003, that says subsection 3 of section 121 of the UK's Extradition Act very clearly says that if a person's asylum claim application is pending, then he cannot be extradited as per the High Court or Supreme Court decision of the UK. So that is the interesting point. That is what even some of our sources in the central agencies are also pointing to. In fact, UK High Commission, British High Commission has given a detailed statement to one of our colleagues, Mir Rafe, saying that there is a further legal issue that needs to be resolved before Vijay Mallya can be extradited to India. And that particular statement also says this very interesting and also important point. It says that this particular legal issue is very confidential. They cannot get into any of these details. But what they are saying is that we are doing everything to make sure that this particular legal issue is settled quickly so that the further steps can take place. So after this particular statement from the British High Commission, for which they have given exclusively to NDTV, which we have got it, after which we spoke to some of the senior officials of both CBI and also other agencies who are actually handling this case. So when we asked them whether they have got any information from the UK government giving any information whether Vijay Mallya has moved any application for asylum in UK, what they are saying is that even their response is also in line with UK High Commission's response. What the central agency officials are saying is that once an individual makes an asylum claim in UK, that particular information, that particular issue is kept confidential. Only after the decision is made, that will be intimated to the respective country through ME and other sources. So even in this particular case, both the CBI and also the Enforcement Directorate, both these agencies have successfully made sure that they have got a favorable judgment in both the trial court and also in the UK High Court. In fact, on May 14th, even the UK High Court has also rejected Vijay Mallya's application to move the Supreme Court, challenging the High Court decision also. But because both the UK High Commission statement and also the information what we are getting from our sources in the CBI, it shows that Vijay Mallya has made an application for asylum in UK, and that is what delaying the entire extradition process. As per the UK Extradition Act, the moment from the date of the High Court decision, within 28 days, that individual has to be extradited to the requesting country. But if that person makes a claim for an asylum, that particular person cannot be extradited. So that's what, though the UK High Commission has not given a clear picture whether he has moved an asylum application, but that's what it's hinting at. That's according to our sources in the Central Bureau of Investigation. In fact, we also sought a response from Anand Dubey, who's an advocate for Vijay Mallya in UK, but even he has refused to comment on this.